personal tour of my tool, SERPrecon. So we're already at the dashboard. We've already run a report here for semantic SEO tool query. We've run it in the location of Detroit, Michigan, and we ran it on Friday, May 15th. It's scheduled to run weekly. So the overview here gives you our SERPrecon score. We run a query against a URL, in this case my homepage, in a location, and then we check out everybody else who ranks, what's on their page, their content, their copy, and we give you a score. My page scored 64%. The average ranking site scored 56%. Same thing with the content. My content scored 71%. The average scored 69%. This is a summary. This page is used for tracking over time how well we did. As you can see, I've run this report weekly a lot, so we can go back and check how often it's run and everything else like that. But we can also give the issues here. So there's 6 different issues it said, and if you click into it, like, hey, your content is too short. You don't have enough depth, right? How do we fix that? Well, we click on here and it tells me what I can do to fix it. Some of our users take this issues report right here. They copy and paste it. They throw it into their AI agent. The AI agent does the work and they start ranking. It is that simple. You don't need to look at the rest of the report. You can take everything in here. It gives you detailed examples. It tells you like, hey, here's the keywords and everything. Pass it to your AI agent if that's how you do SEO, and it'll get it done. You can check it off as you complete them. If that's not how you do SEO, no problem, because there is a whole bunch of data and tools in here to help you really optimize and rank. Understand why you're not ranking and what you can do to rank for that keyword. So the first one up is the content relevance page, and you can see we carried over the issues that are related to content relevance. So we look at your cosine similarity, or in layman's terms, are you covering the right topic? How semantically relevant is your copy on your page to the query based on everybody else that ranks and etc. And we use a version of Google's own Movera algorithm with BERT and everything else baked in. We actually measure your semantic relevance the same way Google does, using the same techniques. And you can see here, I scored 76%. The average in the SERP was 77%. We run correlations for everything to show how well it correlates to rankings. I need to improve this. We also run BM25, which is lexical relevance. It's what we think of as keyword density or TF-IDF or things like that. And you can see how I scored versus the search engine average. There's no scale here for percentages. BM25 could go from 0 to infinity. It's all relevant to everybody else. And we count word count and everything else. We also give you a content outline. The AI content outline right here, if you want to create AI content, just take this outline, paste it into your favorite AI content generator or LLM, and it'll create you content that will rank. This outline is based on all of the data that we're about to show you that we've collected from everybody else that ranks, starting with the keywords and topics tab. So the first thing here is the actionable thing. Here's the keywords your competitors were highly relevant for that you scored low relevance for. It's kind of like, hey, add these keywords to your website. And you might already have some of these keywords on your page. You just didn't score highly relevant for them. So you need to work on being more relevant. So for my page, some of the words are semantic keywords, semantic keyword research, right? Semantic SEO audit. There's some valuable keywords here, right? For the sites that rank, say semantic keyword research, and I'm not relevant for that. Maybe I should talk about that in my content. We then show you the keywords we extracted from your content. This is my homepage, so you're going to see some, generic stuff on my homepage. But here's the keywords we extracted from your content. Here's their search volumes, cost per clicks, competition, and their trending over timelines. The same data you'll get from SEMrush or Ahrefs or any of those tools. And then here's the top keywords we extracted from all the sites that rank. And you can see, I can sort this and whatnot, but you can see here's the keywords that showed up on everybody else that's ranking. Semantic keyword showed up on 5 of the 10 sites. Semantic keyword research on 4. So you can see their trends, their volumes. We also do 2-word pairs. And so you can see people are talking about the relationships between and online presence and cutting edge. And so we can see what type of 2-word pairs, once we filter out stop words and synonyms and all that other fun stuff, that people are looking at. And again, all of this data, if you just go to download keywords here at the top, all of this data is downloadable and you can play with all the keyword data. We do the same thing with entities. We use Google's entity API and we show you, hey, here's the entities you're missing. You don't talk enough about keywords or semantic SEO or data markup on your page or content strategy, right? These are things your competitors talk about that you don't. Here's all the entities your competitors mentioned as well. Or sorry, your page. This is what your page was relevant about. But then based on all your competitors, here's the stuff you're missing. We analyze your title tag and intent scores. So we look at trigram coverage, which is a metric that came out of Yandex. It's the exact same metric Yandex uses to measure your title tag scoring. You can see you scored 87%, the SERP scored 75%. Essentially, does every 3-word character of your query exist in the title tag, or 3-letter combination, sorry. We also do BM25 of the title tag. Why? Because every search engine scores your title tag using BM25. So why not score it that way if the search engine is going to do it? Our title tag scored pretty good. We have our own machine learning model that measures intent. So we looked at your title intent and your copy intent, and we can see, hey, here's the search engine. Of every site that ranked, 8 of the sites were commercial, 2 were informational in their title. But on their copy, most of the copy was informational, some was commercial. And then we show you yours. Your title was commercial, the SERP was commercial. Your page copy, or mine in this case, was commercial, but most people on the search result had informational. So maybe I should try to edit my copy to make the intent a little more informational. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And then we also show you, here's how Google rewrote everybody's title tag. This is Microsoft Word track changes style. But you can see all the changes Google made to the title tag based on what was on the page versus what they actually showed in the search result. And you can get some kind of learnings from here. You can see that, how they get rid of the how-to or the why, right? Like they really don't like how-to in here. They got rid of it a couple times. Maybe don't put that in my title tag. We show you the full competitive landscape. It kind of looks like a search result because it is the search result. So you can see who ranked for your query. You can see all their scores, their overall score, cosine similarity, BM25, their title score, their words on the page. And if there is page rank data, like for this search engine land page, you can see the page rank of the site too. So, compare it. We get this from a third-party provider. It doesn't have page rank for every URL. The more popular, the more likely. You can also click more details, and you can see here's all the keywords we got extracted from that page. Here's the entities from that page, and if Google's Chrome API has the page speed for that page, you would see it here. Not every page has it. Again, we also show you the title tag rewrites here too, because it's interesting to see how they changed it. We show you the page rank of your site, the search results average. We also do our own spam score. Our spam score is based on our understanding of a whole bunch of research and patents into how search engines do spam score, and we kind of recreated our own version here. And so you can see the numbers here. Don't worry if it's 50% or something. Usually something over 70% is troublesome. Spam score is kind of it's either spam or it's not spam rating. So real high numbers are bad, mid to low numbers are great. It's one of those, higher classifiers. And if we had your page speed in the Google Chrome database for the real world users, it would show here. We also show you all the other features that were present. So this search result had videos. It didn't have ads. If it did, we'd show them here. Here's the related searches, and it didn't have people ask lost questions, but if they did, we'd show you here. And this one didn't generate an AI overview. I really picked a great example, sorry. But if it did generate an AI overview, it would show here. The cool part, though, is this drawer at the bottom. You can pull up this drawer, and it shows you your content from your web page. And it shows you whatever you're on. So if I'm on the keyword page, it shows me the missing keywords and whatnot. But if I was on the entities page and pulled up the drawer, it would show me the missing entities. And if I was on the competitive landscape page, it would show me my competitors and their title tags. So whatever you want to look at comes into this drawer. And the cool part about this drawer is you can make edits. So let me just see what would happen if I deleted all of that content from my page. I can hit the rescore content button, and then almost instantly it rescores my content and says, hey, your original cosine similarity was 76%. By deleting all that boilerplate, you got to 78%. Your original intent was commercial. The new intent is commercial. Here's the keywords we extracted from this change you just made. And here's your most relevant snippet of your page. This is using Google's Passage BERT algorithm. Here's the most relevant snippet. So if this stuff doesn't look what you expect to see, and if these scores are low, you can make more edits in here to add in some of the keywords you're missing, or whatever you want to see. Just go back to the keywords topic here and pull up my drawer again. add in some of these keywords, rescore your content, and see what happens and see how it scores. And so that's how I use SERPrecon. I take the overview advice. If you want to feed it into an agent, it's great. If you want AI automated content, then here's your outline. It's based on all those entities and keywords and all those search engine scores. Take that outline and go. Or if you want to manually edit your copy yourself to understand if it's going to rank before it ranks, then you can play right here in the Markdown editor and rescore it and see what would happen. And so that's how I use the tool. That's how I get pages ranking. It's how some of my friends are using the tool to get pages ranking. But I'd love to hear your thoughts and what you think of the tool and how you're using it. So let me know in the comments, and I hope you find it useful. Thank you.